All right, welcome to the relationship show. This woman writes this post: punctuality and dates. What is the acceptable time for lateness on a date? I always give the person a 15-minute grace period. Then after 20 minutes, I go home. The guy I was supposed to be meeting told me he is a person who is always late, but I told him that I like punctuality and that because he is driving in from another city, he should leave well on time. Yeah. Okay. So show up on time for dates. I mean, if your date shows up late, it communicates that, well, it can communicate a low level of interest in you, meaning it's like not the biggest priority, or they just could have like an ego thing, whatever. They think that like showing up late gives them like this negotiating thing because you have to wait on me, and then it kind of gives them a sense of importance. I don't know. It's just kind of like bullshit kind of stuff to deal with. And I think you are right in having like a 15 or 20-minute grace period where after 20 minutes you just go home, because it's like, well, if you just tolerate somebody just like kind of not respecting your time and showing up late all the time, well, I don't know, it just communicates that you don't value your own time as much. And, that's not really a good thing or a good pattern to get into, because you should value your own time because it's important. I waited for him 30 minutes, then went home because he was not responding, parentheses, probably because he was driving. 20 minutes later, so 50 minutes late in total, he is mad at me that he drove all the way and I left. It's not the first time that I left dates because the other person was too late, and not the first time I have been called uptight and rigid. So I want to know, how long do you wait for people? Yeah, I think the 20-minute thing is a good time period, unless they get something like if it's like a once in a while thing or something came up where they just like maybe got traffic or whatever it is. But if they're just repeatedly doing this and it's like, I don't know, or like a first date, they show up over 20 minutes late. Yeah, probably just leave. I think that's a good time period. The only time I ever entertained lateness was a guy who was late but kept me in the loop and texted me throughout how far he was, etc., and was apologetic about it. And he also thought I was going to leave before he arrived. Yeah. I'm posting in this 30 sub because when I was younger, I didn't mind waiting, but I feel it's because I am 30 plus that I value my time too much. So hopefully it's okay that I post this here. I think you're totally right on that. I mean, it's just like the other person's not respecting your time and just kind of being selfish in that regard. They're like, they can't do the prior preparation or whatever to show up on time. It's like, well, I don't know, like think of a business meeting just in a different context. It's like, well, are you going to show up half hour late to a business meeting that's important? Like you're trying to negotiate some deal and you show up late. It's like, what's the guy going to do? He's probably just going to walk away. It's just like, F you. I don't really want to do business with you. And it's kind of the same thing with a relationship. It's like, well, man, I put all this effort into, getting dressed up. In her position, she probably spent a lot of time doing makeup, doing her hair, getting the right outfit, and then, driving there, showing up at the date. And it's like, well, I don't know. And then you like have the nerve to just like not show up. And it goes for the same guy. It's like same thing for guys as well. It's like if they show up, they put effort into planning or whatever they're doing, effort into the pickup thing, effort into, having the courage to go up to her, ask her out. And then all of a sudden she just doesn't show up and doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't set the date for a good experience in a lot of cases. So I would say, yeah, I mean, this 20 to 30 minute thing, it's like if 20 to 30 minutes they don't show up, you just leave. I think that's a good way to go. And if they text you, hey, what the heck, or get upset that you left, it's like, I don't even know if I'd respond and never respond to them again, if it was like a first date situation. If they're totally apologetic, maybe you give them one more chance after a first date, but even then you might even not. So again, I say the 20-minute period is probably a good time frame, especially on like a first date, just to leave.